今、福祉霊のところに行ってるよ。あ、うん。別に都合悪くないよ。いいよ。今日は大丈夫だよ。少し慣れてきたみたい。
Was I muted the whole time? If I was, sorry. I didn't really say anything. I was just reading. I did say I liked last episode and the whole shining light thing because I thought it was kind of cute and embarrassing, like to tell someone that. My bad, but it's okay. You didn't miss much, just me reading. Hate when that happens, dude. Which is exactly how she's supposed to be, a big ol' ray of sunshine. At least we caught it early. What do you mean? Oh, is that all? Hey, don't mention it. No need to be all formal around me. Besides, it's not like you at all. I'm just glad you're getting back to your old self again. That's all that matters to me. She's so stable, even though she has memories from all those other timelines. Sensei wasn't kidding. I had a hard time believing it until I actually talked to Sumika myself, but now I feel like I can finally relax around her a bit. Though that doesn't mean I can just ask her about all the horrible stuff she went through now. I should just take things slow. Speaking of which, you sure seem to be enjoying yourself with everyone today. It's been a long time since I've seen you laugh like that. It really made my day. They sure are, and they're great people too. I'm sure you already know this, but they're the reason I was able to make it this far. Well, I don't know if I'd call myself a grown-up or anything, but I did learn a lot from them. When I first started this loop, I thought all of them were just wasting time by focusing on their personal issues. After seeing how a previous timeline ended, I convinced myself I was the only one who'd experienced real tragedy. Have you ever taught meta with Sumika? This kind of caught me off guard. But I guess we'll see how it goes. Pretty sure we've never done. I think we've actively avoided that, but I know she's like conscious of her being the 00 unit. I didn't know how conscious she was that we're from a different timeline or whatever. I thought it was stupid to fight over differing beliefs and principles too. I kept looking down on them, thinking we should just be prioritizing the survival of the human race. But that was because I had never had to deal with anything like this before. As soon as I got directly involved, I realized just how stupid I'd been.
あの時のタケルちゃん、そういうことだったんだね。
That's like we're chill though. Okay. It's fine. Guess Sensei was right. Looks like she really can process info from all the other worlds simultaneously. But they still took me in and accepted me as one of their own. They always encouraged me or smacked some sense into me when I needed it most. They helped me in so many ways. That's why I think you could be really good friends with them too. Sure, there are some things that only you and I know about, but they're not completely out of the loop either.
そうだね。
They're a little different from the way they are in my world, but their core personalities are the same. They're all great people.
うん。
I hope you'll keep talking to them and enjoying their company. In a world as horrific as this one, I think it's really important to be able to appreciate life's simple joys, at least when you're not fighting. I don't expect any massive changes overnight, but I do hope it'll help you get back to your old spunky self sooner rather than later. Hate that word, spunky.
元の元気な私。
Yeah, you know, the girl who'd socked me with a drill milky punch every time I made an ass of myself. Yeah, bring back the drill milky punch. But it must be awkward for Sumika. I get it. Taku's being a little insensitive. Because she's basically telling Sumika to like change how she is now, or she's not the real Sumika right now. So it is kind of rude. But that's just classic Taku. He's just bad at these sort of things, so... Is it just me, or is she getting more and more reserved as this conversation goes on? I know she saw that image of me a while ago, but I kind of get the feeling it's more complicated than just that. Could there be something else that's bugging her? See? He doesn't even notice his own words. Aw, hang on a sec. She doesn't have the Santa rabbit with her right now, does she? I know she had it when we came back to the base. Hey, what happened to your Santa rabbit? I noticed you haven't been carrying it around lately. Or not that you have to have it with you at all times, of course. You just really seemed to like it before, so I was kind of wondering what happened. Oh no, did she lose it? Is that why she's down in the dumps? Did you lose it? It's okay if you did, I won't be mad.
なくしてないよ。ちゃんとあるよ。
Okay. Okay, so she doesn't have it on her, but that's a little strange, isn't it? I mean, she even brought it along for Operation 21st, so what gives? Oh, I think I get it. You broke it, huh? Looks like I was right on the money. Are you? Well, it was handmade, and it didn't really have a lot to give. I kinda wish I had I kinda had a feeling the ears were gonna break off sooner or later. I can fix it if you want, though. Seriously, it's no big deal. Just bring it over here. Or just bring it over, alright? Looks like he's right. Okay. So that's what this was all about? So that's what she was so upset about. Heh, what am I ever gonna do with this girl? But hey, at least that means she really liked it, so I can't complain too much. What are you waiting for? Come on, bring it here. Maybe it's damaged more than just the ears. Yo, that shit is not damaged. Huh? This doesn't look broken to me. So, what's the problem? Looks like we didn't nail it on the head. Sumika, what's this about?
ごめん。
Huh? Sorry for what?
ごめんね。それ、
Think I was right. It's like some identity crisis, but not like where she's freaking out, just it's awkward. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Sumika?
ごめんね。
Why are you giving it back? What happened? Sumika?
もう私それ持っていられない。
What do you mean you can't keep it? Did you want me to make you something else, or...?
違う。
So what? Is it just uncomfortable for you to be given a gift based on something that belonged to a different Sumika?
違うよ。
Okay, then what gives? Why don't you want it? She's not answering, so maybe it really is because it's based on my memories of the Sumika I grew up with. But what am I supposed to do? Those are the only memories of Sumika that I have, other than a few times we made in the branch of the timeline I ran away to. I don't know anything about this world Sumika. Huh? Wait, the Sumika I grew up with. And the one in the branch that I ran away to. Of course, how could I have forgotten something so simple? The only Sumika I ever confessed my feelings to was the one I grew up with. Even when we kissed on the altered branch, she was the one who confessed to me. That's it, that's gotta be it. I've never actually told her how I feel in this world. Alright, shoot your shot, kid. All I did whenever she had a breakdown was talk about memories from my world. She only knows how I feel because she's been reading my mind. Which is fine up until recently, because her memories were all mixed up with the ones she'd inherited from other worlds. But if Sensei's right, and she's now capable of discerning which memories came from which world. In retrospect, I did only start getting involved with Sumika in this world for the sake of the mission, so that I could restore order to the timelines and help humanity win. But it's also true that it didn't take long for my feelings to change, and for her to become my primary motivation for fighting. Damn it, and there I was, bragging about how well I understood her. Okay, I think it's time I set the record straight. I've got to go all out and let her know exactly how I feel. Sumika. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's see if this works, but we gotta do it now or never. I've been leaning on you way too much. Even in my world and the one I went back to, I was always just leeching off your strength. It's a way to put it. And in this world, I haven't even told you how I feel about you.
タケルちゃん。
Sumika. I love you. Big L bomb right here. You're more important to me than anyone else.
タケル
Don't know if it's working yet. Hold. I realize that you and I haven't shared a lot of memories in this world. Heck, there may have been times when I've caught myself wondering if maybe it wasn't me you fell for in this timeline at all. I'm not trying to force you to go out with me or anything. I'll love you no matter what. But I'd really like it if you would at least hold on to that Santa rabbit for me. Huh? L-bomb failed. L-bomb failed. That's why I wasn't celebrating, man. Tears to be of joy or sadness. I felt like it wasn't gonna work. There's something wrong. Wait. What are you talking about? Are you saying you won't take it, or... You can't understand if you don't explain. How am I supposed to understand if you won't even tell me what you're apologizing for? True. Words. Use them. Why? Why won't you tell me? Don't tell me. It's not because of what you saw during Operation 21st, is it? Then what is it? I need to know why you're turning me down. Please. No, not the sorry. Is it because you really did fall for someone else? There's literally no males. There's no sprited male characters in our age range, I think. I see. Well, I won't hold that against you. But what the hell though? If you're in love with someone else all along, then why was it my name you kept screaming during all those panic attacks? Then what is it? Huh? Let you go. I'm not trying to force you to. Sumika, I swear I'm not. Ouch. Sumita! That was a lot of crying, man. What the hell is wrong with me? I'm such an asshole. I mean, I don't know. I felt like Tatru was kind of reasonable. Kinda. It might have to do what I was saying, but the words kind of contradict that. Can't really, like, do anything if she won't say anything about it. She turned me down, but I kept trying to force her to tell me why. What kind of jackass does that? It's kind of reasonable. I don't know. Out of all the things where I think Tatru was kind of a jackass, this seemed more reasonable than not. Not the bunny, though. This isn't right. What the hell is going on here? I don't get it. How did things go so wrong so fast? Maybe we need to confide in Kasumi, man. God damn it. How did it come to this? She's not upset about that image of Mei and me, and she didn't fall for some other guy. So I have no idea how to interpret what Sumika just said. If she didn't have any feelings for me, then why would that image disturb her so bad that she suffered abnormal ODL degradation? I don't get it. Let me think. She clearly does have feelings, but she's hesitant about something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have to do anything. I'm just thinking in circles at this point. We'll figure it out eventually. I may have matured a little, but I still don't know how to cope with my own emotional issues. God, I'm pathetic. I never would have expected Sumika to shoot me down. I didn't have any proof that she'd want me. I just assumed she would because of how she was acting when her memories were all jumbled up. I guess I was reading too much into things. I was acting like her boyfriend on the basis of my own assumptions. I'm such an ass. This is the first time I've ever been rejected. Yeah, I know. It must sting. You're the protagonist of a harem anime or harem story. You don't see rejections a lot. Although I guess that doesn't mean a lot since it was the first time I've ever asked a girl out. They didn't think it would hurt quite this bad. Everyone who's ever fallen in love knows there's a risk their feelings won't be reciprocated. The fact that they still put themselves out there and confess, even knowing they might be rejected, is incredible to me. I really am just a kid. How could I have made it this far in life without ever experiencing this? I've just been wallowing in my own misery since then. It's hard to have Sumika's room right next door, too. I kept perking up at every little noise I heard. I couldn't handle the fact that there was only a single wall between the two of us, so I got up and left. I knew it wasn't gonna fix anything, but I decided to come here and visit Sergeant Jinjuji and Captain Isumi anyway. I don't know about Sergeant Jinjuji, but the captain said people used to talk to her about their love lives, so I feel like she'd hear me out. Or maybe she'll just be mad at me for breaking my promise. Someone's here. Is it the first lieutenants? I really don't feel like talking to them right now. Huh? Hang on a sec. Whoever it is, it seems like they're alone. Oh, it's Tsukuyomi. I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen her. Wait, that's Lieutenant Tsukuyomi. I'm so glad you're okay. I thought you were a goner. Of course I was worried. We hadn't seen hide nor hair of you since the operation ended. Well, both obviously. Sorry, but I'm afraid I've learned how to deal with your trick questions by now. Thank goodness, it's such a relief to know she's okay. Yep, she and the 3 idiots are still alive, which is great. Would have hated it if one of them died. If there's only 2 of them, man, it just doesn't work. You need 3 as a whole single body. So when did you get back to the base? Of course, they're holding a funeral for fallen soldiers of Operation 21st. She must have been attending that. I see. And the second lieutenants? Nice, nice. Gathering their belongings, so then you're being stationed somewhere else? All the way up in Hokkaido, huh? Yeah, it could be. There's only 3 days left until she leaves, and it's not like we bump into each other very often. Is she planning on leaving without seeing Maya? By the way, what are you doing all the way out here, First Lieutenant?
旧国の英雄であるいすみみちる大尉と柏木春子少尉に殿下のお言葉を伝えていたのだ。
Huh? Her Highness personally asked you to?
国連軍所属とはいえ、いすみ大尉も柏木少尉も日本国民であることに何ら変わりはない。ましていすみ大尉は己が命と引き換えに撤退する多くの将兵を救い、目前に迫っていた日本滅亡の脅威を取り除いたのだ。
Eliminating Sadodashima doesn't mean that we're out of the woods just yet, but I can definitely understand that it's a huge relief for everyone in Japan.
本来であれば二柱ともに昨日の式典に列せられて叱るところであろう。だがなればせめてと殿下より直々にお預かりした御言葉を報読つかまつったのだ。
Your Highness, thank you so much for your consideration. I know Captain Isumi and Lieutenant Kashiwagi would be deeply touched by this gesture.
そして私個人もあの戦場を共にした者として日本人として一言礼を言うためにここに来たのだ。
So what have their families been told?
公式には訓練中の事故死。この時期、位牌に手を合わせることすら禁じられている。だが、この場所であれば、何者にも咎められることはあるまい。この桜は、人類の礎となって、人知れず奇跡にいる者たちの墓標なのであろう。
Yeah, they are.
いすみ大尉もさぞや枕を高くしておられることであろう。
Huh?
貴様も貴様たちも本当によくやってくれた。
First Lieutenant.
殿下から伺ったのだ。 A01 部隊や貴様の働きをな。
Oh, that's right. Her Highness isn't just a figurehead anymore. Made sense that she'd have been briefed on all the particulars of Operation 21st. Not to mention, I'm sure she was worried sick about Maya.
名ヤ様の足を引っ張る役立たずばかりだと思っていたが、たくましくなったものだ。
Crazy? Originally meaning back in basic training or during the 12-5 incident. Well, not that it matters. The point is, Lieutenant Tsukuyomi's acknowledged my efforts. I'll just take the compliment. Well, you guys were pretty fantastic out there too. If you hadn't held the line till the very end, Whiskey Unit wouldn't have been able to withdraw successfully.
それとて、いすみ大尉の尻馬に乗って帝国の戦力を守ろうとしたに過ぎぬ。人類
Japan is a part of humanity too, you know. I don't think there's any point in making a distinction anymore.
貴様とは125事件の時に似たような話で散々やり合ったな。
It doesn't matter who you're fighting for, as long as you don't lose sight of your own goals and obligations. That's a philosophy that the captain and Kashiwagi and me and everyone else in our unit have been fighting to uphold. What? Am I due for another scolding?
随分とたくましくなったものだな。
I wish I could agree, but it seems like whenever push comes to shove, I still find ways to screw everything up. After what just happened with Sumika, I really can't take a compliment like that. Though it's probably wrong of me to bring that up when it has nothing to do with Lieutenant Tsukuyomi.
思い上がるな。以前と比してのことであって、貴様が全てを満たしたなどと見誤ったわけではないぞ。
Wow, pardon me.
結構、精神的にも成長したようだな。
Matured, huh? Maybe in some ways, but not where it matters most. I mean, I just let my personal reasons for fighting slip between my fingers. right after getting on my high horse and telling Mia she had to find one of her own, of course. That's right, Maya. I have to tell her about Maya. By the way, I wanted to talk about that request you made to me before the operation.
なんだ
Well, I think I can safely say that Maya will be just fine from now on. She told me that she finally feels like she's in a position where she can fight her own battles now. But she also said that her main reason for fighting hasn't changed in the slightest. By that she meant that she'd still fight in the name of the Shogun and her fellow countrymen. I'm sure Lieutenant Tsukuyomi understands that. And now she's focusing on finding something she's never had before, a more personal reason to fight. She said that would be more than enough to keep her going.
そうか
So I don't think you have anything to worry about. And for the record, she's been my guiding light for a long time, so I'm going to do anything I can to help her when she needs it. I've always been counting on her to help me out, so I think it's high time I repaid the favor.
尊い存在か
That's right, whenever I lose my way, she's the one who's always there to steer me back on course, even if her guidance sometimes comes in the form of a smack upside the head. Right now I want to do everything in my power to grow, so she can see me the same way. I don't want to stand in her shadow forever.
そうか
That's probably what was worrying her the most. She looked so much more relieved now. I really should have told her all of this sooner.
そういえば貴様はここに何をしに来たんだ
Huh? Oh, just some stuff on my mind, so I was hoping the captain could give me some advice.
バカ者上官たちが安心して眠れるように心遣うのが
You
貴様が
cretin.
本来すべきことであろう
Hey, she told me I should come here if I needed to talk, so I think it's fine.
そうか
Besides, Sergeant Jinguji's here too. I was planning to ask both of them to help me out.
そうかそうであったな神宮寺軍曹もここに眠っているのであったな
Yeah, it is.
すまなかった私が邪魔をしてしまっていたようだ
It's fine. I'm glad we were able to talk before you had to leave. Is this really going to be the last time I see her? Maybe I should ask her to go see Maya. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot that you take the time to come here and pay your respects and deliver Her Highness's regards as well. Next time you're in the capital, be sure to give her my thanks.
わかった必ず
I'd really appreciate it.
お互い生きていればまた会うこともあるだろ
I hope so.
うその日までさらばだ
Take care, First Lieutenant. Give my regards to the Second Lieutenants as well.
わかった
Ain't no way we're not gonna see the three idiots for the rest of the game. You kidding me?
白金少尉 達者でな
So long, Lieutenant Tsukuyomi. I'm sure she really wanted to say was... I'm sure what she really wanted to say was, take care of Maya. But now that Maya's found her own way, she felt like it wasn't her place, so she didn't. Damn it, that was so stupid of me. How could I have even thought about asking her to see Maya one last time? Neither of them would have appreciated having me butt into their affairs over such a shallow sentiment. Even though she's been reassigned, Lieutenant Tsukuyomi is still just as concerned about Maya as ever. But from now on, she just has to resist the urge to be protective. Even after all the progress I've made, I still can't hold a candle to the kind of resolve that those two have. And this sucks. There's no way I'll ever be a guiding light for Mei at this rate. And I'm not doing much better with Sumika either. I haven't been thinking at all about what she wants. That's why I can't handle things the way Lieutenant Tsukuyomi does. Whether Sumika wants me or not, my feelings for her will never change. I just need to keep on supporting her the way I have been this entire time. But I can't reliably do that until I start being more considerate of her feelings. It's probably gonna be hard, especially given how oblivious I was to her feelings back in my world, but that's what I've gotta do. Besides, I swore I was gonna make everything up to her, didn't I? If I just forced my feelings onto her, it'd be no different than trying to force Mei and Lieutenant Tsukuyomi to meet again. And let's not forget that this isn't just a problem for me either. Yeah, I was gonna say, with Sumika Osabi, it could actually affect the mission too. So we do have to iron this out at least before the mission, for sure. I mean, sure, now that Sumika's gotten to a reasonable level of stability, she could theoretically perform her duties as a 0-0 unit without me being around. But should we really be banking on that? Nope. Not for something so important. If this keeps up, it's entirely possible that my very existence will be enough of a distraction to completely throw off her flow in the next operation. If we can't clear the air between us soon, this could cause some serious problems for everyone. Lieutenant Tsukuyomi, thank you so much. Talking with you really helped me come back to my senses. In fact, I can't help but wonder if maybe the captain was responsible for bringing Lieutenant Tsukuyomi here to guide me. I mean, it worked out, man. We found some roundabout advice without really touching the subject at their gravesite. It kinda seems like fate, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Ba, 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 ba. Saturday, also known as Catterday. I mean, this is such a good time to stop. Shorter episode, but yeah, we just had to go with the flow, right? Good episode though. I mean, Takeru is always up and down, but now we do have a problem we need to solve. I agree with Takeru fully that we need to find out what is wrong with Sumika. She honestly didn't communicate at all, but we know it's not another man, which is obvious, because who the heck did she interact with? And it's not the flashback she saw. I still think that's kind of my idea, where we're kind of pushing like a certain version of Sumika onto her, like, oh, soon you'll be back to your old self, you know, the Sumika I liked in my world, which kind of is giving her like an identity crisis where she just doesn't feel that way, or she just feels like a different person, and it just feels like Takeru's projecting a version of Sumika onto herself, which she just doesn't like connect with exactly. So I think that's probably the issue. How do you solve that? Well, Takeru's gonna need to figure that out on his own. Unless she does communicate that, which she can. But I mean, if I can figure it out, surely Takeru can with some introspection. That it is kind of just weird to do. Especially on someone like Sumika, who's just recently became like emotionally stable and has like realized that, okay, I am the 0-0 unit, I am a machine, this is my job, and she's kind of accepted her fate. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Let's get out of here though. This sound effects sounds kind of weird. Sounds like, you know, punching that little ball thing like boxers do, the little ball thing. It reminds me of that, doing those like quick rolling punches. But yeah, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time. Probably will be a longer episode. Fingers crossed.